Surrender to the mundane is the pathway to the mystical. When somebody is said to be living in the here and now, it does not mean they are present. It means that they are actively seeking their desires, which implies that there is something missing in perception that causes them to seek objects and experiences. The pursuit of those objects and experiences is facilitated by plans, by strategies, by thinking ahead into the future. From a spiritual perspective, there's no difference between somebody who lives for the here and now and somebody who's more prudent. They both rely on the thought loop. They both view reality through the lens of conditioning. And they both have desires. It's just that they experience different circumstances based on their strategies. But there's something still missing in the experience. Because their attention is not given wholly to the mundane, the material. It's the material that reveals the mystical. But no materialist will truly surrender their attention to the material by virtue of constant dreaming of what could be, should have been, and was. To be wholly surrendered to the mundane and material and present, now the current, is to be open to a mystical experience. A mystical experience is found in this moment. Plans and memories are a veil that hides it. Discovering it is not a matter of stopping the mind, but rather losing reaction to the mind. And so long as there is identification with thought and form, there'll be a reaction to thought and circumstance. Ideal circumstances rarely lead to discoveries like this, because there's no impetus to deal with unwanted thoughts. And dealing with unwanted thoughts is a door to discovery. It's the proliferation of thoughts that makes it so difficult to deal with unwanted thoughts. One could be mindful and recognize the unwanted thoughts when they arise. But if the strategy for dealing with them is just to produce a bunch of countervailing thoughts, it's a proliferation that maintains the veil that hides the truth of this moment. However, thoughts can be viewed impersonally as being the product of the causal chain to the extent that they're born of experience that's rooted in the causal chain. And then all phenomena can be seen as a product of the causal chain, all arising from a single source. And ultimately, it's the realization that nothing appearing in the awareness one is what that awareness is. One cannot be anything appearing in the awareness one is. And the lack of reaction that follows that realization reveals the mystical. And yet, attention is wholly immersed in the mundane. But there's another facet of attention that appears. It's an awareness of the energy body, an awareness of its position within the form and its vibration.